Okay, I have a question for fish keepers. What's the importance of adding a dechlorinator to your water when you do a 50% water change? Anybody know? Okay, here's my answer. The chlorine, if you go in a swimming pool, basically, you get it in your eyes. Open your eyes underwater, it burns. But imagine if you get that in your lungs. How much would that burn? The fish have gills, they're their lungs, and if you do a 50% water change, gets in their gills, it burns them. So you don't want to burn your fish's gills. Over time, they get a like a red mark in their gill plate, and you know you've been burning their gills. It breaks down their immune system, makes them weaker, and will make them susceptible to disease. Maybe ick, maybe some sort of parasites. Don't know the name of all the diseases, but they have immune systems, so use a dechlorinator. I double the amount that I'm supposed to use, so because I have plenty of it. So use your stress code or whatever brand you use. Ooh, those two are going at it. Looks like they want to see who's the dominant one. Two males going at it. It's not a male and a female. They're really going at it. And they're done. Next, salt. I add 1 tablespoon per 10 gallons of water. I am told that this is duplicating some of the salt content in the Rift Lake system. You can, I believe you can use regular aquarium salt or ocean salt. Ocean salt has additional minerals, and I'm told these minerals are like those in the lakes. I could be wrong, but I used it for a while until I ran out of the box, and there were no problems. Okay, well, and last we'll go with buffer. If your tap water's coming out, you know, fine, say 7.5, anywhere from 7.5 to 8, that's fine, you're golden. But if it's coming out of 7, neutral, you may want to add some buffer. The buffer is not really expensive. I use the appropriate amount of buffer, and they seem to be thriving. Well, there's a plate go back there. Ornatus there. There's a VC10. A little guy. I think it's called an ACI, that with the yellow tail. I'll have to look it up. Hat Morai. I'm going to pan out a little so you see the aquarium full length. And that's about it. I don't have an under gravel filter on my aquarium. I once had one, and it had a lot of dead spots and waste, and the fish would always dig up the gravel to the point it reached the under gravel filter, and there was an exposed plate, and then the water would draw from the opening and create dead spots. So I don't really like under gravel filters, especially in African cichlid tanks. What else? If you have a fish keeper's log, that's great. keep track of your water changes, the number of fish you have. You can have the names of all the fish, common or the Latin names, and just keep track of their size, what you're doing. Definitely keep track of any disease outbreaks. See if you can look back on your notes and say, well, I may have done this different or that different, and that's why a disease broke out. So that's about all I got right now. I personally do like aeration. I have aeration on both sides, and additionally I have aeration, not aeration, but surface turbulence going on right there. There's the little outlet of a water polisher. Have a pre-filter sponge. I switched my background around the black. Thought it looks a little bit nicer. I have a nice Jaeger heater. I don't know how many watts, 300 to 350. I keep my tank at about 80 degrees. I hope that gives my fish a little bit more growth by increasing their metabolism. And I also want the ornatus to potentially breed. So that's all I got right now. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.